Wow, we are live now.
Awesome.
So,
Okay.
like I said, people have been hearing us for like 10 seconds.
Okay, perfect. Well, listen, everybody, welcome to another episode here of Whiskey Thursday. I'm really excited. We've got Stacia Kennedy with us tonight. And of course, Matt has been invited to the party here.
They invited me. I was so
So,
treated.
so I invited Matt along here to join us. But we're really pumped about this because, Stacia, you're going to give us a really brief introduction. But before we get into that, one of the things that we've been doing a lot of, and I know some of our students have been doing this as well, is that we've been doing a lot more content marketing and trying to position real estate agents as experts in front of their audiences and their sphere of influence and so on. We're doing a lot more of that. And what we're starting to see is incredible results. So this is really exciting because you are somebody that does this for your real estate agents and the agents that you coach and the businesses that you coach. And this is what you specialize in, which is content marketing, branding, and so on. And want to add anything else to that, Matt? Before?
Yeah, sorry we're late. We the student program went just a little bit too long. I was just telling everybody like this is going to be like the most sober Whiskey Thursday yet.
That's right, because
like
you
I
had
was
to work before this, right?
Exactly. I was working right up until this. I had the dessert with dad's thing with my daughter for her school, and then I got back and went straight into the call. And now I'm like, all right, we got to catch up. So we'll have to shots.
There you go. Shots. Okay,
there we go.
Like I said, this is, don't you want to do your hashtag thing, Matt?
Yeah. If you're watching live, hashtag live in the comments below. If you're watching the replay, hashtag replay in the comments below. And if you're having fun with us, hashtag shots in the comments.
Shots. Yeah.
Hashtag shots.
And Matt will catch up. Well, so one of the things, so for a lot of people, they know, I think they know that I'm in Orlando and I've been visiting for the past 3 weeks. I've already made a final decision to move here. Not just for the weather. Yeah, absolutely. So not just for the weather, but for the convenience of being able to go to Walmart at 11:30 at night Sunday and picking up a case of Corona for half the price. And like the last time I went to Walmart, it was on sale. I couldn't believe it. I've never seen Corona in my life on sale. It's like, so like a case of Corona for us is like $44 back home. And I think it was like $16 or $18 at Walmart. I couldn't believe it. Yeah. So, and I did go to that store, Matt, Aldi, right?
Yes, I love Aldi. $2 wine.
Yeah, so
you can't beat it.
I went there and I looked at the wine. I'm like, do I want to wake up hungover tomorrow? So I think I'll just pick up a bottle at Walmart.
There you go.
But yeah, so the convenience of that, and of course the nice weather. I think that's it for me. No more winters. I'm done with the snow. So, and hopefully my wife agrees with that because I think we'll be coming back for a lot longer next year. So. Anyways, let's get started.
Without further ado.
That's right. I'm really excited about this. Again, if you're just tuning in here, we have Stacia Kennedy with us, who is a marketing expert, business coach, works with real estate agents, real estate brokers, and you've been doing this for quite a long time now. So why don't we just dig into that and let us know who you are, and this is kind of your sort of first appearance here inside the group. And what you've been doing and what you've, let's start talking about what's working, what's not.
Thanks. Yeah, I've been doing real estate marketing about 10 years. Can't believe it. And I just kind of fell into it. I was doing real estate investing and I was part of a real estate education program. But how I fell into it is I was actually at an event and I filmed my mentor speaking. He is actually a prominent agent up in Seattle. Some people might know him. His name's Stacia, and he used to knock on 100 doors a day until he became a multimillionaire at 21. And so he did the Mike Ferry thing. He did knocking on doors, and that was hardcore for 10 years straight. Rain, snow, whatever. Like he was always knocking on doors. We had been friends through mutual friends, but I filmed him speaking, posted on Facebook, tagged him, and he was like, "How did you do that?" He's like, "Can you do that?"
That was 10 years ago, right?
Yeah, it was.
That was 10 years. Okay, yeah, that's when people didn't even know what Facebook was, right?
Yeah, nobody, like, Facebook just literally like opened up to like the public, like probably in the like year. And I just knew that it was a platform where I just wanted to share, cool things with people, like cool people that I would meet at networking events. And he had this really great story, and he was sharing at a nonprofit event, and I just so happened to film him. And I actually never really told anyone this, but I actually got that feeling of being a contribution to people through him, but through it was Chicken Soup for the Soul.
Canfield.
Jack Canfield and his Mark Victor Hansen. I saw Mark Victor Hansen speak one time, and he was always saying, take pictures with people, and maybe they'll end up being on your wall of fame, and and just always connect with people and share awesome stuff. So that's what I was doing. I was just sharing. I didn't have no intentions of being hired by him or doing any marketing. I didn't even know he was hiring. I just thought it was a cool. He was a cool guy, and wanted to share his story with all of my friends that I had on Facebook. And that's how I kind of built my network, is that no matter who you were, if we met at a networking event with like business networking, BNI, or any kind of, happy hour events I would go to and meet someone cool and I would just share with them. I would add them on Facebook and be like, hey, I met this awesome person who does loans, or this awesome person who's, creating this awesome nonprofit, or they're doing this and that, and you guys should go check them out if you have a need for that service.
Hey, well, listen, you're welcome to share our pictures on your personal profile, and these two awesome guys that you've met, right? So
there you go.
Just keep Matt out. I'm just teasing. We love you, Matt.
All right.
So that's where it all started. And I've always believed in video, so we're in the people business where, we're talking to people all the time. As real estate agents, that's your job, is to go out there and connect with people and see how you can help them get to their next destination, or whatever their intentions or their motivation is to buy or sell a house. And why not have it on video where that's going to be like working for you 24/7?
Yeah, exactly.
But I think, as, and maybe we'll dig into this a little bit more later on, but as new marketers or people that have been doing a lot of marketing, a lot of times we're really focused on, especially now, because you're constantly seeing people posting results. And so you become focused on always doing lead generation as opposed to brand building and some of these other things. Well, a lot of the things that you're doing now, which is, again, creating more content and pushing that content in front of people. So, are you seeing a lot of that as well? I know that's all.
Before you answer, guys, if you're watching right now, I know we've got 8 people watching. What's going on? Eric, Travis, Lily, Svetlin, Dave, TJ, Lee, what's going on? We have 8, so I can say them all. Right, Chris? So if you guys are watching right now, let us know where you're watching from. I'm also curious because one thing I've noticed as we've been doing these coaching calls is like people are in some crazy time zones, man. Like they're getting on the phone at 1 a.m. and stuff like that to be on these coaching calls, and I love it. So let us know, like, where are you watching from and what time is it there? I'm really curious. And then back.
I feel like you're really curious. You're really curious where what time it is at people's homes.
Yeah. What time is it there? Well, look at how dedicated people have to be watching this thing at like 4 a.m.
Nobody's watching this show at 4 a.m.
You don't know that? You don't know that? Tell us where you're watching from and what time is it there?
Hashtag replay and tell me what time it is too.
Exactly. If you're watching the replay, let us know what time are you watching the replay at. We're gonna find some dedicated people out there, Shane. I have faith.
Okay. I don't know. I don't think anybody's setting their alarm clocks to watch this show.
Well, not yet, but they will. Yeah. Give it time. More shots.
Actually, if it was I didn't know if you knew this, Stacia, but Matt is a retired comedian.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. So this is what he used to do. And if you go on YouTube and search Matt Kramer, you can find one of his shows. He's actually really good.
Oh, fun.
But I think people will probably set their alarm clock for that. Watch you say a bunch of jokes online.
There you go.
Anyways, so I got
Lily did say she sometimes watches the replay at 2 a.m. That's the win so far.
Because she has nothing else to do.
She's dedicated, man. Why you gotta cheapen
I'm
it?
just kidding. People watch all the time. I was talking to somebody who, watches our show on the replay while they're cooking dinner.
Yeah.
So it's like, I think I think we always provide a lot of good content. Matt, Matt's always the one that typically shares a lot of information, a lot of our secrets at the end of the show after he's had a few drinks. He starts to, yeah. But anyways, so I just want to talk a little bit about this idea with digital marketers, especially marketers that are just getting started with real estate agents, and then we can jump into maybe a little bit more about why video content is so important and types of results that people are starting to see, especially our own clients, and then we have students that are seeing results. But I also want to talk to you about what you're seeing when people are using a lot more video content. But one of the things that I'm noticing is that, and I think it's because a lot of people are always, they're posting results, getting leads through Facebook's really, really easy. It's also really, really cheap. And so it gives you that instant gratification right away. So it's like, hey, I generated 50 leads in, 5 days for, less than $100. That's a great result to use. And it's one that's measurable. What can you say about the video content side of things, where we're producing more video and we're putting it out to the audiences? How can we measure, how can we measure that, those results, if they take a lot longer, because really you're branding at that point, right?
Yeah. Well, the powerful thing about it is, I shared with you on another training, I kind of shared like a little, probably too much, but it was like, I'm so passionate.
We're all about sharing. This is all about sharing.
I mean, it was, I love sharing. And so like, I hope people take this and go run with it, because the most powerful thing about video marketing now, especially on Facebook, is you can create custom audiences based on how long people are watching the show or, the video. So that's powerful, because then you're able to pinpoint who's warmed up and has been constantly engaging and watching your videos, and then retarget those people with another video or an ad, and take them to where you want them to go, give them a call to action. So you're giving all this value through video. You're not only branding yourself through video and having the whole, your farm look at it as well. But if you were able to actually take your sphere of influence and target those people, that's even more powerful. And then imagine the people who already know and like you and trust you are sharing that with their friends and family. A ton of my clients always tell me, I just want to be on top of mind. That's the only reason why they don't. Some of them have a skewed mentality of thinking that, well, it's just the thing that I have to do to tell my clients that I'm doing it, but they don't believe in the power of it. And they know that they need to be on top of mind, but they don't understand how that's actually going to give them results. And when they do that, it's just so powerful.
So the number one thing that your clients are wanting is to stay top of mind.
Yes. They want to be on top of mind. They know that they should do it, but they don't know how, and they don't think they have the time. Mm-hmm. But then when you actually do it, the way that I suggest, which is doing lots of video, putting out your content, but then actually targeting your sphere of influence. Oh, that's so powerful. Like you're being more effective with your ad dollars too. Instead of, I always tell them like, okay, you're just going to, you're probably thinking it's not working because you're just targeting, 10 miles or 20 miles around your property, but mm-hmm. They don't even know you. Like Facebook is just like it's a interruption marketing. So you're marketing to everybody. Yeah. And it's not, unless you're going to spend a ton of money or be like, and track things and hire someone like us to like do all this stuff. Like you're going to be like, blind, running blind.
It makes sense. And guys, if you're watching, let us know, what do your clients want most, or what do you think they want most? Because I think that's great to hear that they want to stay top of mind. Mm-hmm. Shane, I've got one question before you.
Sure, yeah.
Stacia, can you? No, that's how it kind of goes. Shane, like, I'm so glad we're not next to each other, because when we were next to each other, he could like kick me and stuff. But for now, just so like everybody knows, like, so what is your role? Like, what do clients hire you to do? Are you a coach? Are you a marketer? Like, what exactly is your role or your title, or what does that look like?
I'm kind of an all-in-one. I'm usually, they give me the role of marketing director. And so they want it, they want it done for them. Like most of them want it done completely for them. Everything from, I do everything from coaching them on how, what topics we're going to say. And, the first thing is like, who do you want to target, obviously? And then who is your demographic? And I do all that, like digging, beforehand, onboarding. And then what I do is I end up just telling them, okay, great. So this is the topic. Here's the question. Here's the pain point. Tell me the 3, tips or whatever you have that, you know best. You're the expert. So I kind of coach them through a script that I have, which is basically pinpointing the problem. Tell me who you are and what your credibility is. And then you lay out the three tips and then give them a call to action. Where do we have them go? I also build out the pages for them. So I have several different, lead pages or ClickFunnels capture pages to help them capture the leads. And then we also I also do the ads too for them. Okay. So I do like everything.
Yeah. And that's kind of what I was curious, based on your, like, when you got into this, like, what did you start? What has changed in the last 10 years? Because most marketers have not been around. Technically, as a marketer, I haven't really been around more than like 3.5 years. And 2 of those were, let's see, what would it be as a marketer? About 2 coming up on 1. So about 3 years as a marketer. And like I said, 2 of those were in-house for a single team, right?
Yeah.
I didn't even know there were groups where other people talked about this stuff.
Yeah, I had no idea too. Yeah, for 7 years I worked for that one broker, who was a top Seattle broker, and then, but the last of the probably 3 or 4 of the last 7 years, I did start consulting outside of him, which all of his friends, and he actually he didn't mind sharing me, and he would refer me to all of his other friends. But it's so funny is when you say like what was different. So when I filmed him, I used to have a flip video camera.
Yes,
I don't know if you remember those.
Oh yeah, USB stick pop right out the side.
Yes. It was awesome. It was the greatest thing. And then obviously the quality is so much better now with our phones. Like I literally just film the agents with my iPhone.
Wait, can you say that one more time? Because I think there's a lot of people out there that are like, I'm not going to do video because my video doesn't go in 4K and I don't have this camera and I don't have this camcorder. What are you using to do these videos?
Yeah, my iPhone 7.
It's not even the X.
Yeah, it's not even the X. No, I have an iPhone 7. I literally film them either in their office or we go to a house. Sometimes the lighting's not the best. I probably could. I bought a ring light tomorrow. I'm getting a ring light, but that's just for my videos. Yeah. But literally, yeah, I just film the video. And I do some editing, but now I outsource. I pay a guy in the Philippines $6 an hour, and I send him the clips and say, hey, I want you to do this, this, and this. Added a little lower third with the guy's name. Here's his logo, add the logo, let's cut it like this. And he brings it back. And if there's like edits I need to do, I'm like an art director and just like, do this. And, this guy pays me like $2,500 a month and I just do everything for him.
Wow. So you spend like, how many videos are you doing a month? And you guys, if you're watching, are you doing video or are you just doing ads? Let us know what you're doing currently. Or if you'd like to do video, let us know.
Yeah, we do like 4 videos a month. So once a week.
How do you get an agent to do that? I feel like that's honestly been our biggest struggle when we've tried to do more video content, is getting someone willing to shoot those videos.
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, I'm lucky. I think I'm lucky because he's local and I can go there. So I tell him like, I'm going to go meet you. But most of my other guys that I've done before, obviously I don't do as much with other people, but I was telling Sheen, I actually used to do Skype calls with them.
Okay.
and I would just actually record their side. So I would coach them and say, look at the camera, like as if you're talking to me. Okay, tell me this, say this, da da da. Okay, and say it in your own words, of course. And then they spit it out, and then I take we could even do it on Zoom and cut this video where you can't hear me and you just hear them, and you just cut their side.
So one thing I used to do, I had with this one client. So a lot of the clients that I work with produce video content. I've got one guy, I sent him an email one day and I say, hey, listen, this is what I think we should do in terms of videos, this, and this. Within 48 hours, I think he sent me like 10 videos. This guy's got a full-time videographer, and he's like dead serious about video, right? So that's a great client to work with, because you can basically ask them to produce any type of video and they'll do it right away. But most clients aren't like that. I had there was one client that refused to go on camera, and I basically told him, I said, listen, it's either you're going to do it or you need a spokesperson to do it. So pick somebody else in your office, and that's who we'll use to brand your company. And then they ended up deciding that no, the owner was better, and we did some video and stuff like that, and it was great. But then I had another client that was always procrastinating. It's like, okay, listen, I need some videos, because I do the exact same thing. Like, we use the video content to basically nurture that sphere of influence and existing client base and things like that. And a lot of times you're just like you said, you're staying top of mind, and you're refreshing them, and it's amazing how many results are coming out of that. But this one client, it's just all the time, and I was wasting so much time chasing him down. So what I started doing is I started sending him videos of his competitors as examples, right? It's like, hey, your friend down the street here, this is the video he did this week. This person here from Remax is another person that did a video this week, and all of a sudden I start getting videos from him. So if you're having a hard time, go search out some of the competitors, because they're out there, they're doing it. But it is challenging, and I think this is one of the biggest challenge that a lot of us, if you're a marketer and you're doing this, I think this is a big challenge. I love the idea of getting on a Zoom call with them and basically just recording the one side of it, coaching them through the recording, and at least start with that, because then it starts to get easier, right? Because a lot of times it's just practice for them. They just need to get comfortable, to be on camera, because it is different, right? We get used to it really quickly, and some of us have been doing this for a long time. I'm sure you've been doing video for a while. Matt's always on camera, so we're used to it. But I remember when I first started, it was the weirdest thing to talk to nobody on camera, right? And trying to stare into that camera and not make mistakes, and then check the mirror, make sure your hair is brushed, and the lighting's okay, and you're not stuttering and things like that. So,
I tell people all the time too, I said, don't be, you're getting your head about it, and then they start like reading the script, or they start talking really slow. I say, you gotta talk really, really fast, like faster than you ever think, even if you think you're talking really not really fast, but you're not really talking really fast. And it's like really get them out of their head, because they're just like, they get all monotone, they want to try to get all proper, and I'm like, you're boring, man.
Oh man, I love that. We've got a few people who've responded. They said just ads. I have a local guy. Now I want more answers. Are you using video, or are you not using video? If you're not using video, tell me you're not using it. If you are using video, tell me you are. And if you're not, tell us why. I'm curious why you haven't moved to video, or if it's just something you never thought about, or you don't want to do it, or what.
So let's talk about obviously, I think the majority of people are just not using video. I mean, that's marketers are, again, I'm going back to this idea of, when you're generating leads, you're getting those instant results, right? The reality is that the result at the end of the day, the one that matters are conversions, and they're more, get more deals, right? Yeah. So let's talk about why the video content marketing is so effective, and just some strategies to really get the most out of it. The reason why I use it is because it allows me to get results right away, very, very quickly, while we're doing the lead generation, and we get results through that, because that can take 3 months, 6 months to get conversions out of the lead generation side of things. With the video content, you can start getting results within weeks. We've seen it many, many times. So let's talk a little bit about that. Why you feel video content why the impact is so great, and why it's so effective.
You know, it's so funny that you said that you sent videos of the competitors because, you know, it totally relates to your question here. Is that agents are real estate agents? I don't know how to say this. They're into themselves. Okay, I don't know. Really? They're very. I don't know about you guys or if you guys have experienced this, but a lot of agents are very competitive, and they're drivers. A lot of them are A-type drivers, and that's what the most successful ones are. You know, they're hustlers. They're A-type drivers.
Wait, hang on. Before you keep going, you're using the term driver. And most people don't. I know what you're talking about. I get the Mike Ferry. I know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
But most people don't know what you're talking about when you're saying driver, like the high D personality.
Yes, high disc. If you listen to the disc assessment, they're D. Like they want it straight up. They no holds bar. Like no BS. Tell me right up. What do I got to do? Da 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 da.
And they'll do it.
If you're showing them that. Wow, they got this many views or this many likes or they like those numbers. So it's not only about conversions and leads. I mean, it's definitely the end of the day. They want conversions. They want sales. They want to actually get appointments and relate what you're doing to the actual end results and getting listing appointments, actually sitting down with someone from your work. And, but for video, it's so important because then you're not only providing, you can instantly, like you said, within 24 hours, you can actually put this in front of people, put it in front of their target market, which they want to be more on top of mind with. Because even if you post to social media, post on your even just a regular post or a video, even if they have 1,000 likes already, the algorithm has changed so much. Like if back to the other question about what's changed so much, only 40 people will see it out of 1,000 people that you have liked on your page. Come on. Like before, everyone would see it. It was so much easier. And they didn't even have ads back then, obviously. And you could just, you post something and all of your friends would see it. And, I had like, I had like 5,000, or I still have like 5,000 friends, but a lot of people don't have that many friends. And they'd be like, I see your stuff all the time. It's because you only have 100 friends. Sorry. You always see my stuff all the time.
It's so true.
I just want to stop you there just really quickly, because I want to go back to the disc personality, the disc personality profiles. So for anybody that's watching, and you don't know what the disc personality profiles are, go to YouTube. There's a bunch of great videos on there. Learn that, because it will give you a really good understanding on how to interact with your real estate agents. Personally, I love working with high Ds. That they're to me, I find them a lot easier to work with. But so if you don't know what this is, go to Facebook. It's going to give you, it's going to help you to figure out what personalities you're working with, and then how to work with them. And then also on the video side of things, you'll start understanding why you have some clients you'll start understanding a bunch of different things. You'll start understanding why you have some clients that are asking you for spreadsheets, why some clients don't give a shit about spreadsheets and they just want answers, why you've got some clients that refuse to get on camera, so it's really, really good idea. But then the best part about it is it'll give you ideas on how to work with those people and how to change your own personality so you can interact with them.
Yeah, why some of them just want to talk to you. They don't care about their numbers. They just want to talk, see what's going on, see what's new.
Dude, I've got
those high eyes. They're
high eyes. I've got a couple of clients that are like D eyes, but really high eyes. So I'm a really high eye, and so is Matt. And so, but I've got clients like I had one client that was a really high eye. We get on the phone, be like 2.5 hours, 3 hours of talk. It was crazy, absolutely crazy. We could talk about anything and everything. I knew everything. I knew about his whole life. But that's what high eyes do, right? They talk and they're talkers and friendly and so on. But personally, I like working with a DI is typically the type of personality I really get along with. I like working with those people, and those are the types of people that want to get stuff done. And they'll just do it. The risk takers and the money. And so definitely, for anybody that's watching, that if you've never heard of the disc personality profiles, just go out on YouTube and watch that stuff.
I would also encourage anybody who hasn't heard about it or checked it out to go get your own assessment. Figure out what you are, because if you don't know, like, you might find some stuff about yourself that's going to help you understand how to talk to clients better. I'll post a link and pin it real quick. But I mean, would you agree with that, Stacia?
Oh yeah, I actually, there's a free one on Tony Robbins.
That's what I just posted.
So, yeah, perfect. Yeah, that's the one I always take. It hasn't really, I mean, I've taken it several times and it hasn't really changed for me. I'm a high I and high S.
Okay.
So structure and.
So if I interrupt, you're going to slow down for a second.
That's right. Let's organize this for a minute. We should have actually had like, full outline of what we're going to talk about.
I know, but I love what we're getting into. It's so fun. And like the disc is like, I'm so glad she brought up the disc because we haven't got to talk about disc yet. I mean, how many people here have taken a disc and know what your disc is? I'd be curious what your top two are.
Well, it's funny because even talking to students and marketers, like you can, like within the first couple minutes, you can figure out what their personality is. Well, the great thing is that when you're aware of it, you can change, right? You can adapt to their personalities. And that's why it's so important to know, especially if you're doing sales and you're working with clients. Clients are going to get frustrated with you if they're, an S and you're an I, and like you're talking, and they just like, they're getting frustrated with you because all you're doing is talking. You need to adjust your own personality in order to, make it work with your clients.
Yeah. And that was, as an agent, something that we used to do is like, we would identify right when we walked into that listing appointment, or something I used to do. Like, if I sent them paperwork ahead of time, was it filled out? If not, they're probably a high D. Were they a FSBO? They're probably a high D, stuff like that. Different things when we walk through the house. Are they showing me around? Are they super talkative? Are they asking about my life? Or are they just like, what would you like to see next? Like different things that I can tell, right? Or if they're like, this room's going to be 184 square foot. So it's not as big as the other bedroom. The other bedroom is 200 square foot, but it's got a master suite and that's another 90 square feet. And it's got a walk-in closet. So the whole layout of the house, like, you're dealing with this big high C and you're like, okay,
right, time to pull out the spreadsheets. It's like all numbers.
Yeah.
No,
and it was like,
cool.
We basically would just have our presentation like this and you have like little tabs and just pull it. Okay, we're going all the way through this thing.
Just skip all that to go right there.
It's a D. It's like, I think your house is worth $200,000. Do you agree or not? Okay, let's fight it out and then let's sign the paperwork. That was a D, right?
Yeah.
Definitely.
So, oh man, it's fun. But I would encourage people to take the test before you go watch the videos on it, because once you watch the videos on it, you're able to manipulate it a little bit.
True. Yeah. True.
Yeah. True.
So,
so back to the whole benefit. It's all building know, like, and trust. And like you said, you were on the phone with that guy for 2 hours. And when people watch your videos, they binge watch your videos sometimes once you get going, and then people call you and then they're like, they call you, hey, Stacia. And it's like, I'm like, oh, where did you find me? Oh, I watched your videos. Like they call you like they already know you. Like they're best friends with you.
That rapport is already built through the video, and it's built through that one side, right? It's really cool how that happens. And the same thing, it's the same thing for the real estate agents, right? Mm-hmm. But I think not the challenge, but I think what people need to remember is a couple different things. One of them is you need to be consistent, right? You can't, like, a client can't just put out one video and then expect return on that video.
Yes.
That video. Sure. That's why you're doing 2 videos or 4 videos a month, is because you're putting one together every single week. And my guess is that you're probably doing the same thing we're doing, where we're putting that video in front of the same audience over and over and over and over again. And you continue to do that. And what that does, it continues to build that rapport, that relationship with that audience. So when they're ready to buy or sell, or one of their friends, decides to buy or sell, or they've got a parent that decides to list a house, they're going to call the person they see every single week, listing homes, doing open houses, tips on selling your house, all these other things. And this is where we're seeing the big benefit.
Yeah. I tell people, one of the things that agents also, the biggest mistakes, I think, is that they want to know how much money they should spend on ads. They want to know how much. And I don't ever want to over promise or under deliver. And I always say, well, it depends. And if you want to be a long lasting brand, the brand that spends the most money, that puts the most money in their advertising and puts it in front of the right people for the longest period of time wins. So as you think of all the big brands out there.
Who's that? What did you say, man? Oh, Tyler. Well, now Sam Ovens, right? That's the only person I see now.
Is it?
Oh my God, it's nonstop. YouTube and Facebook, all over the place.
Oh, he's retargeting you, man.
I know. It's absolutely crazy. Today was Kajabi. Matt types Kajabi inside my messenger, and all of a sudden I see Kajabi all over my freaking Facebook.
Same here, man. It's like, the same thing.
It's absolutely insane. Oh my God. The other crazy thing, the other day we were on the phone and I said, what was that company? Oh, DocuSign.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're like, oh, hey, like we should get DocuSign. We already have DocuSign. We're talking about DocuSign. And then the next thing I know, I go on Facebook and all of a sudden I'm seeing DocuSign ads. It's just, yeah.
But doesn't the messenger platform like say like, hey, we're going to take stuff that you're talking about. We're going to record your phone. We're going to figure out what you're doing. And we're going to use that to advertise to you basically, right? Dave does have an interesting question. Is there no way to get the client to take, well, he's saying someone, I think he's saying the client, right? Is there no way to get the client to take the test for you? I can't think of a subtle way to ask them for their score or letter.
You don't ask the client to take the test.
Actually, you know what? If you say
they've already taken it. Most real estate, you don't want to go ask a client, hey, you know what, by the way, why don't you take this personality profile here? This is part of our onboarding process, and let me know when
Absolutely.
You don't need to. You don't need to. You can figure out a client what their personality is, and they know.
It's true.
But you can tell within the first minute of talking to them. First 2 minutes, you can tell. You know, if somebody's going to be a D, an I, you know, you'll be able to tell right away. Just
that's true.
Figure out what your own is, and then go watch the videos, and then just watch, and you'll start seeing. But don't go ask your client to take the.
But I don't think it would be out of line to say like, here's something we do, and it helps us, know how to communicate best, and help you coach you through how to communicate with the clients best, right?
In all fairness, I have asked clients like because I know like some companies, they like KW Exit is a big one that does, you know, KW, all their agents. Sure So they would know. The agents would know. Like if you ask them, they would know.
What'd she say about KW though?
I said KW for sure. All of them know what the
difference. Oh yeah.
Like they actually, a lot of them are trained to have, you know, anyone that they hire as well take it as well too before they hire anybody.
Yeah, and they're probably analyzing you.
Yeah.
And adjusting.
They probably ask you what yours is.
They're probably adjusting their own personality.
Got it right there. Career visioning. That whole thing. Look how big that is.
Oh wow.
Oh man.
Nobody knows what that is, Matt.
It's the hiring process for KW. That's the first step of the hiring process.
Yeah, that's the first step.
Yeah. Do you remember the AVA? Did you ever see that stuff when it was with KW?
Mm-mm.
Oh gosh, that was insane.
I just know a lot of people. I've actually never hung my license anywhere. I took the test. That was my husband actually really wanted me to go and be an agent too, and I was like, no. I resisted. I did take the test, but I never hung it with anybody. But a lot of my friends are in KW too. So.
Yeah. So I'm surprised nobody's asked in the questions about the flower.
Oh,
it matched the profile picture. I was very happy.
Yeah.
I went to add her real quick, and I was like, "Oh, she had a flower on Zoom, and she's got. Oh, this must be her."
So I've got to ask, and no, only because you explained this to me the last time we talked. But are you single tonight, or are you taken?
I'm definitely still taken.
Okay, so let's talk about the flower, and then talk about where it's supposed to be on your head.
So when I first started, when I started dating my husband, he told me that I should wear it all the time, and it started becoming like a brand for me. And I would go to events and be like, the girl with the flower, and it was just. That's funny
because my wife said the same thing. Oh, she's going to wear the flower tonight.
And if I forget the flower, people are like, "What? Where's your flower?" They remind me. I have to actually buy extras and like have them around the house. one time someone was like, "You're just a walking Snapchat filter."
That's awesome.
But yeah, so on the left side, if you wear it on the left side in Hawaii, it means that you're taken. If you're on the right side, it means you're single. So, and if you put it right in the middle, you're confused.
That's where Matt needs to put his.
No, there's no confusion.
It's complicated.
No way out of it.
So yeah, you got to make sure that your videos. You have to make sure it's mirrored or not, because then you're going to get questions like, "Oh my God, did you get like? Are you separated?"
Yeah, I get that. What's going on?
Right at the beginning, you say, "So if I take my left hand."
Well, left hand.
Well, that's cool though, because that represents your brand now, right? I mean, people remember that, and
yeah, definitely. And that's something that, people, like, it's kind of the last thing that people might think about. But like, I think you had mentioned as well too, you had an agent that always wore aloha shirts, or
exactly.
You have something that remembers you.
Yeah, I have one that wears I had one that wore a cowboy hat. Another one that current one that wears his sunglasses. If he doesn't wear them,
they're always wearing their earbuds.
Earbuds. Come on, that's not.
Aren't they the AirPods?
Earbuds. That's not a brand.
That was like a movie like years ago.
That's not
Earbud.
Yeah,
I see that all the time. I'm like, are you talking to anybody? Are you talking I'm so good? Anyways, it's a whole sidetrack.
Just might be listening to music. You never know.
I never do. Like that episode of The Office where Jim has like the tiny Bluetooth. Anyways, sorry, Office fans out there,
I know. I'm rewatching the Office episodes again for the 5th time.
Are you?
Oh my God, I love that show.
Man,
that show is epic. Absolutely epic. Okay. Anyways, moving on. Okay, so if so the again, let's go back to the benefits here, which I think we covered, pretty much. The benefit of video, obviously, you're building rapport, you're building trust. It's fairly, it's almost instantaneous. You just have to be consistent enough. So you mentioned you do for this one client, you're doing 4 videos a day.
A week.
4 videos.
Once a week, sorry. 4 videos a month.
Is this sort of typical for you? Is this something that, like, if somebody was working with a real estate agent, is this what you would be recommending them for them to do? Like, produce 1 video a week? Like, okay, maybe that's what we could talk about. If, for marketers, what would you suggest? Like, if all of us are doing lead generation for clients, is this something we should start tying into our services and start offering this as an additional services or part of our services? And then what should that look like if we want to do this for our clients?
I think a minimum of once a week, and where they kind of build, you can kind of pitch it as it like a show, like a Q&A Tuesday. Like when I first started doing videos, this is totally non-real estate related, but there's a coach, Marie Forleo, and she always had this, this show. She did Q&A Tuesdays, and she had a video every Tuesday. And that brings in anticipation. Like, I couldn't wait till the next Tuesday that she dropped a new video on YouTube. And, so I personally, like, I would tell them, like, hey, if you're like really, really like, into this, you should do a live stream. I mean, you should do it every single day. Like, that's what I'm doing, but I know that's way too much for people. So, like, just stick with something simple that it can be easily manageable for you as well too, and for the client to have some kind of consistency. And I think at least once a week is manageable. You might have to charge a little bit less if you do maybe twice a month, but I think once a week is best, because then they're on top of mind every week and they have something that you're putting out there for them.
Yeah, I tell, like, most of my clients, like, when we're doing this kind of video stuff, I always tell them, like, stick with the easy stuff, open houses and listings. Just walk into a listing, go stand in the kitchen and talk about the listing. You're done. It's a minute video, like a 1 minute video, and that's it. And we can start.
Yeah, no, it doesn't have to be long. It doesn't have to be, have, like, I kind of give them that script where it's a structure where you're either talking about something educational, something pinpoint, something, I always say either educational, entertainment, or, engaging. And you can even, the fun part too is maybe even getting a vendor or one of your partners and doing an interview, or even doing community interviews with other people, just other businesses, nothing real estate related, just being a part of the community.
So what are you doing with the videos once you have them?
Post it on Facebook, I post them on YouTube, and then I also boost them for them on Facebook so that they can get more views to their sphere of influence or their farm, and then we retarget them with other videos.
Okay.
Later.
I love it. I love it.
But within the first
that's
week,
the important part here. Like that's, you're doing targeted, like you're not just boosting, saying send this off to a bunch of people. You're actually targeting.
Yeah.
Their
and they
SOI.
need to get their list together. That was kind of been a pain point for me too, is getting them to write down their sphere of influence, because either they're afraid. Some of them kind of came up to me later and was like, well, I'm not sure, because my mom and my family, they don't even buy from me. It's like, it's okay. Just, it doesn't have to be your family. It could be, your past clients. You've been doing this for 10 years. You have, people at every 7 years, people are in a position to sell their house. So if you sold people
and they have
10
friends,
years ago,
they have family,
they have friends. Yeah, exactly. So it's just a matter of getting them to put that in an Excel spreadsheet. It's been kind of a pain, but yeah.
And then are you building a custom audience and a lookalike audience off of it?
Yes, exactly.
So powerful. That's as much detail as you're getting, people.
Well, here's the great thing though. For people that are in our student beta program, actually, this is one big component of our of the training. Is Matt, this is something Matt's been doing as well, which is the neighborhood domination stuff, which is hyper targeting specific neighborhoods, and producing more video content, putting video content in front of those neighborhoods. And I've been doing a lot more what you're doing, Stacia, which is the SOIs and custom audiences and things like that, where we're putting video content in front of that. So this is actually part of our training inside of our new student beta program. So we'll be showing people how to do this and how we tie this into our own services now.
Yeah, I mean,
because it's not a lot of work. To be honest, the lead generation stuff is way more work. But the really nice thing about the marketing and the content marketing, content remarketing, is that it produces almost instantaneous, it produces results really, really quickly. It's incredible at least what I've experienced, because what ends up happening, and
what have you experienced?
$1.5 million listing in 2 weeks after 2 videos, it's crazy stuff like that. And here's the reason why, is because real estate agents forget that their audiences forget that they're realtors, right? And all of a sudden now you're putting yourself back out there and you're reminding your friends, your family, your past clients, and everybody else that that, hey, I'm a real estate agent. And then you do it the following week, hey, I'm a real estate agent. And then you do it again the following week, hey, I'm a real estate agent. And then, oh, that's my phone ringing.
I say somebody.
Oh, sorry. No, it's a client. Keith, if you're watching, I'm so sorry. I'll call you back. He's like, what are you talking about? Why are you?
He's like, I want this video stuff right now.
No, that's probably why he's calling. He wants to sign a contract. So,
I love it.
But what was I saying? Oh, right. So what ends up happening is after that 3rd week, that 4th week, all of a sudden now you have, cousin Bob, that's like, oh, you know what, Shane, the realtor, yeah. Oh, you think about buying a house? Yeah, I keep Shane, Shane's a realtor. I forgot about it 6 months ago, but now I keep seeing him on social media, and yeah, he's been doing this for a long time. And then it happens again the following week, and then the following week. The greatest thing about this is that these types of leads are the best leads you can get. These are the highest quality leads you could possibly get. And if you only get 3, 4, or 5 a month, that's all you need. Yeah. I know, Daniel, you remember, was it Daniel, Matt, the real estate agent that did a lot of this on Instagram?
Yes.
Yeah, it was Daniel, right? This guy's doing 30, 35 transactions on Instagram, doing this kind of stuff.
In the student group.
What's that?
Maybe we should post that in the student group. Or maybe we'll post in the big group.
Yeah, I'll post in the
big group. You just want in the big group?
Okay. I'm done talking. This is my personality, Stacia. So it's like that.
No, it's awesome.
So hopefully you guys get some value from this, but absolutely, like if if marketers are watching or even real estate agents watching, if you're not doing any video content with your clients or for yourself, you guys are really missing out on getting some really good results.
You can relate it to, I always relate it to old school marketing, right? Like, you guys, this is so cheap. This is way cheaper. You got your own show. You got your own show on camera, on video, and you're putting it in front of your clients and your prospective clients for free. And then there's just so much to do too. Like, I get so excited because I'm like, this is just one pillar, like there's like, I went to an event and and this was powerful. He called it the octopus method. You got video, you got chat bots, text messaging, direct marketing responses, you still got people sending out mailers, and there's just like another pillar of them seeing you multiple times in different platforms.
Right.
Makes it more powerful.
And that's one of the things that's really nice with video is you can put it on multiple platforms, right? So a lot of times what we do with some of our clients is if you shoot longer videos, you chop them up and then and you edit them, just make them a lot smaller. So you maybe do 3-4 minutes, and then you start creating, maybe like a third, 2 or 3 30-second videos, 2 or 3 1-minute videos, and so on. And then you can start putting them on different platforms. And now you have content for 2-3 months, right? And you go into YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, pretty much, all the platforms you want to be on. And you do that very, very quickly and very cheaply.
Yeah. Take the video from Facebook, download that, and then put it up on YouTube, take a minute clip and put it on Instagram. You can, put it on IG.
This is what we're going to do about this. This is what we should do, Matt, with Whiskey Thursdays. Just take all the highlights of you being funny.
The highlights of me being funny?
Yeah.
Oh gosh. I don't even know what that
Put those on social media. That should be fun.
Oh, I don't know about that.
There was another question.
All that stuff on the show you drink on, and all the times you're funny. Put it on.
Yeah, well, all those videos, some of those we had to delete because we can't get to keep those.
Yeah, that's true.
But I had one more question, but it slipped my mind. What did I wanted to mention? I wanted to talk about something. Oh, right. So content, and we touched on this a little bit, Stacia, about the type of content that real estate agents can put together. So obviously the big challenge is, getting real estate agents to produce content. What sort of content are you having them do, and what do your scripts look like? So you're producing scripts for your clients, right?
Yeah, and it's the script is just hitting the pain point. So if it's an educational, which usually it's a value added educational video, I have like a five scripts actually in the beginning. One is like an about video about who they are and their credibility. And then the other ones are educational value added videos, and depends on who they're pinpointing. So if you're talking about the target market, if you're going for a buyer or a seller, what is their main pain point? And then you do an introduction of who you are, and then you give them your tips. And then the call to action would be either if it's a brand building video where you're just wanting to get more goodwill, then you're asking people to like, share, comment, or if they have a question, or tag a friend or something. Or maybe the call to action would be sending them to get their home evaluation, or send them to a lead capture page for them to get their email. And so
basically you're doing like tips, 5 tips for this, or 3 tips on buying your home, or like those kinds of things, right?
Yeah.
Kind of content you're producing. Great.
You know what?
Do we have any students on the call or on the live? Do you know?
Yeah, we do. We've got a bunch actually, I think.
Like students in the beta program.
Yeah, we do.
Because why don't you ask the question? I'll ask the question. If you guys want video scripts, I've got a bunch of them. You can have them. So
you know what's funny? I've actually got. Let me see if I can find. You know what? I'm not going to say it until I can see if I can find it. So go ahead and continue.
That's it.
I think I have. I mean, if it's okay, I have have my 5 scripts that are realestatevlogging.com. That's mine.
Oh, really? And you provide it for free?
Yeah.
Oh, great. So
you exchange for an email address?
Yeah.
That's fair.
That's okay. Whatever. What's the website again?
Realestatevlogging.com.
Realestatevlogging.com.
Yeah.
So go check them out if you want 5 scripts.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're giving those away for free.
Yep.
Just you got to enter your email address. That's it.
Yeah.
And Stacia's gonna get on the phone, call you, and sell you some
fair. Sounds fair.
No, that's totally fair. If you're a student, so if you're part of the beta program, if you want the video scripts, comment down below and let us know. And the ones that we have, I think we've got 15 of them. That like it's just stuff that we use, and there's some examples in there, and you guys can have those.
I'm trying to see if I still
some
have
other ideas that I would do is more community videos, going out and you're at a restaurant, sometimes people don't think about it, but you kind of have to almost, like, social media to me is like almost a part of my life. Like, I'm out there with my daughter at the park, or having lunch with friends, and I don't know if it's because I'm an Asian, but I just take pictures of my food, and I know you don't want to.
That is not an Asian thing. I've got a white friend that, like, every time I've been to dinner with them, it's like snap. Eat your food.
Let me take a picture of your food.
And they're just about to dig into mine. He's like, whoa, wait a minute. He's got to take a picture of the whole table.
Yeah, my wife did the same thing earlier, because like she's doing this. I don't know, she's doing this thing, but anyway, she's making all this healthy food, which is I have mixed emotions about, right? Because I'm missing some things that I really like. But anyways,
Taco Bell,
like,
right?
There was this yogurt and strawberries dish, and it looked really nice. And she's like, "I gotta take a picture of this." I'm like, "Okay." I guess that's a thing, right?
Yeah, tag the restaurant and tell them where you're at and things like that. I've actually, and this is an idea, if this is, I don't know if it could be part of your package, or if you tell the agent, who, if you're not local too, is to have them go find a student, go find a film student to pay $10 an hour to film you at different locations.
We get ours done for free.
Yeah,
we get from students all the time. Yeah, because
they're
looking for interns. They're looking for for more testimonials and more and sometimes it's part of their class. So you get, and they do a really nice job. It's not amazing, but at least you're not spending $2,000, right? So
exactly.
And they're definitely out there. We found the one that did the videos, like the one video for my wife, which was a really nice production. She did a great job. We just found her on a Facebook group, so a buy and sell Facebook group, and she did the entire thing for free. She spent like 4 hours with my wife, like filming and going through scripts and things. Did a really, really good job. So yeah, that's definitely an option for people. But again, you have your phones, right? So it's like, it's super easy. So I want to go back to this thing with the interviews with if you're doing like restaurants and communities and events or anything like that. Another big thing that's really effective with those is that when you post those, you get to tag either the owners or the event coordinators or whoever, and then you get access to all their audiences.
Exactly.
Right. So you get to expand on the audiences, and which is something that a lot of times we forget, but that's why. And the other thing too is it's way easier to interview somebody else.
Oh yeah.
Here are 5 questions, ask these 5 questions, and that's it, you're done, right? There's your 2 minutes or whatever it is, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So yeah.
I don't know if you guys teach this, but it is an idea too, is if you are working with local agents, is to create a local page, Facebook page. So I have a San Diego real estate events and news, and if you build that page up, you can, have other businesses, not just real estate, pay you money to advertise if you're building up a good engaging following, and then you can retarget those people as well, and have your clients post in videos or share some of their stuff into this one.
Yeah. And this is something that we do quite a bit. Yeah, where we're building out, these what we call unbranded pages, but they're more branded for the communities and the areas and so on. So we do a lot of that kind of stuff as well.
Yeah.
But again, a lot of it just goes back to the lead generation stuff, right? What's going to work best for lead generation? And we don't talk a lot about video and content marketing and remarketing as well. So, but definitely something that I think more people should look into. It's something that we're teaching a little bit more. We're using it a lot more now with clients. and we're seeing way better results than we do from the lead generation side.
Oh yeah. I think it's a lot more cheaper too. I mean,
Well, I don't know if it's a little cheaper, because you end up spending money on the budgets for advertising, right? And you're building out lookalike audiences, and you're trying to grow that audience, and there's time involved in bringing in the client lists and putting the databases together and all that other stuff too. So I don't know how much cheaper it is. I just know that the results at the end of the day, and that's the thing, everybody hates calling their leads, right? Again, real estate agents, marketers are having problems getting the real estate agents to call their leads. Real estate agents don't want to call their leads. So now we're looking for third-party products or third-party vendors to call other people's leads. Those guys aren't doing the greatest job out there. It's tough. You're generating leads and trying to convert those cold leads. What we're doing with the video remarketing stuff is we're actually trying to generate nice, warm leads. And you don't need a lot of those. Again, 2, 3, or 4, or 5 a month. That's all you need. So very effective. Matt, what's going on there? You look distracted.
I'm looking through my drive right now. I was trying to find some video stuff that I had, but I can't find it, man.
This is you.
I'm like, where is this? I thought I had a full video schedule with 60 videos per year type of deal, but I cannot find it. I'm gonna have to keep looking.
Find that when we're done the show, okay? Not during.
I was thinking we could give it away, but all right, fair enough.
We'll give it away. We'll give it away when we found it.
That's fair.
Yeah. Well, listen, Stacia, any last sort of minute tips or anything?
You know what? I'd be curious.
You got more questions.
Yeah, I would be curious.
I'm gonna look on my drive for
somebody could take right now to up their video game for their agents. Up their video game for their agents.
What could they do? What was the question?
What are some things that they could do
I got
this
that.
month?
What could they do this month to up their video game?
Mm-hmm.
Just getting them. Just getting them to do the video. That's the hardest part. And
right, but maybe are there some quick ideas, should they do a market update? Should they do something with a vendor?
The easiest one I've been able to find or get somebody to do is go walk into a listing,
do a showing
to the kitchen, and just talk about the house, the highlights of the house, and then you're done. It's 1 minute long. If I do them with you've seen Rochelle's, right? We do those with Rochelle all the time. They're the easiest ones to do. It takes no more than a half an hour. That's really I find that's the easiest one. It doesn't need a script because you have the script right there from the MLS.
Yeah.
And it's the easiest one. The other one's the open house. If you're doing
there's one I love having them tell stories. So I would say facts tell, but stories sell. So tell me about a time that you helped someone, a situation that you were able to help them that either was difficult or whatever the transaction, something simple. I think those are powerful as well too, because a lot of times you can't get your clients to do testimonial videos. Well, just tell their story instead.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Absolutely. The same way we do it as well, except we do it through posts, not videos.
Yeah, and we have another agent in here who's saying that that's all he does is he'll do a showing and do a walkthrough and do it on his phone live. That's all he does. Yeah. And he, now one thing he said that I'd be interested in, he said it was around 60 videos. 60 videos. He's doing one a day was his goal, right? He did it for 90 days. Around video 60 is where he's starting to see some consistent results. And he wasn't doing a ton of Facebook at the time with paying to boost those because he was doing, like I said, 60 or 90 or something in a short time frame. Is there a certain number of videos or views or something that you see before you start to see some calls coming in off them? Typically, some sort of metric, maybe.
No, I'm totally not a C. So sorry.
You did say you're an IS. So. But if I ask you to go get the metrics,
I'd have to go look, I guess. But
no, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I to be honest, from what I've seen, I really feel like it's not so much the quantity, but more the consistency. Mm-hmm. And it starts we started seeing results. Well, we got the results, with one client almost.
Yeah, your results were ridiculous.
But that's what ends up happening. But I think, for what ends up happening is that as long as you're doing it on a regular basis, then you're going to get people start, calling, like reaching out to you, your friends, your family, past clients, referrals, things like that. People are going to start remembering that you're a real estate agent. And I think that the key is just consistency and staying with it. Like, don't just do 1 or 2 videos because it's a waste of time. You need to commit to it. Do a video, whether it's every week or every 2 weeks or so. We do them every 2 weeks or so. That's typically what we do. But you got to keep doing them. And we're a little bit more aggressive. Like we'll post on the Facebook page, and then we'll share that to their personal profiles. We also get most of our clients to add all their leads as friends. So it's like all of a sudden now our client, like after working with us for 3 months, they've got 1,000 extra friends. That's all the leads that have come through. So we do, with a lot of our clients, we do that as well. So those videos are getting out to the leads that we're generating. They're getting out to friends and family. And then we're also doing, uploading the client databases and things like that, so we can build out custom audiences. So again, but the fact is that people don't move every single day. People aren't buying houses every single day. These are big decisions. They take time. But when somebody is ready, you want that person to remember you, and you want them to be reaching out to you. And I think that's what's important. So I don't know if, producing 60 videos a month or 60 videos in 60 days is the way to do it. I have no idea. I don't have metrics on that. I just really feel like the consistent part of it is what makes the difference, not necessarily the quantity.
Makes sense. Definitely consistency.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So guys,
make it fun for them too.
Absolutely. Exactly. Make it fun. And this is why we did Whiskey Thursday, that's why we drink on this show, because, we want to, make it fun. Or else we're really boring. It's like, yeah.
For fun.
For anybody that's ever had to sit on a phone call with Matt for 2 hours, trust me, you know what I mean? Especially if it's early in the morning, Matt hasn't had anything to drink. So I'm just kidding. But yeah, so if there's no other questions or anything else, then yeah.
So before we wrap it up, Shane, would you talk a little bit about the student program, which we're closing down in 24 hours?
Absolutely. So all this video stuff's actually part of the new student beta program. So we're going ahead. We're talking about your neighborhood domination course, Matt, that we're talking about. We're also talking about more content remarketing, building custom audiences, getting in front of the same people over and over again. So that's all part of week 5 in the student program. Sorry, guys, it's so hot here. It's crazy. I'm like, whew.
I was like, Shane's out drinking me. I got to get more.
And I'm like, I can see my face.
He's turning all red and sweating. I got to speed things up here.
I love it though. I absolutely love it. But yes, the student program closes out tomorrow. And the reason why is because we have way too many, well, not that we have way too many people in it. It's just, we're oversold on that program. And we're at a point where it's, you're getting one-on-one coaching, you're getting group coaching, you're getting access to the old content, to new content. I mean, this is really a great program. But
if you're watching and you're in the program, let us know your thoughts so far. Has it been worth your money in the first 5 days?
Oh, we've gotten so many testimonials inside the group telling us that things have been great. So yeah, so it closes out tomorrow. So you guys, if you want to get into that, if you're not signed up yet, if you've messaged us and looked for information, told us you're going to jump in, you forgot, you got distracted, whatever, tomorrow's the last day. We're going to go ahead, shut that down. The next time this comes out, this is going to be a full-blown course.
And there will
no more coaching as part of the next time we release this. So this is your last time to get not your last time to get some coaching, but just the next time.
Well, yeah. And it's, and you and I have both kind of said that we're pretty much done with the one-on-one coaching for that, the $400 or $500 an hour type of thing. Basically we're doing it inside of this group. And then after this beta is done, it will be, pretty much non-existent for live coaching. It will be in courses, it will be in content, because as this group's growing, it's more difficult to get one-on-one conversations with everybody who's asking for them. So
absolutely. And Stacia, how do people find you? So your business page, I'm guessing, and where's that at?
Facebook.com/MIT Stacia.
MIT Stacia, and then your website, which was, please repeat that because I forget it.
Actually StaciaKennedy.com, or to get the scripts, it's realestatevlogging.com.
Awesome. And I think Matt's going to go ahead and throw some links down below there. Right,
okay, so I got MIT Stacia. What's the next one?
StaciaKennedy.com.
And StaciaKennedy.com, this is where you can get your free scripts if you want to grab those.
The scripts is real estate vlogging.
Oh. So free scripts at real estate vlogging.
Yeah.
Right? Okay,
vlogging.
Awesome.
Yep.
Good stuff.
I'm vlogging here.
Awesome. And listen, guys, if you have any more questions about, Stacia's inside the group here. If you ever have any questions about video content or video remarketing or anything video related, I'm sure she would be happy to answer. Feel free to post questions and tag her inside the group. Hopefully we get to share some more results with you in the near future about what we're doing with video. Yes,
we've got some comments coming in.
Okay.
So now that we've given all of Stacia's links, again, facebook.com/MIT Stacia, StaciaKennedy.com, realestatevlogging.com. They're all in the comments there. We do have a couple comments from students in the course. Derek says, love it. Best course I bought. Olivia says, oh my gosh. I know, Derek, I love it. Short and simple. The high D, right? Olivia says, oh my gosh, this is the best course ever. No surprise there. They explain everything, give you everything. Nothing is left out. I love it. Brent said, I paid $3,000 for a general Facebook course. That was okay, but the community sucked. No one ever answered questions in the private paid group. Community in the beta is very good. People actually answer your questions. It should be real estate vlogging, Carol. Real estate vlogging. Yep, Stacia saw the same thing. So, but yeah, so people are loving it that are in there right now. Again, it's closing out in like 25 and a half hours. So if you want in, message us or look at one of the posts about the course. It's really easy to find. We're not going to put it in this because this is more about Stacia, but we are dropping it in 25 hours. So
that's awesome. Well, listen, Stacia, we really appreciate your time here tonight, an hour and a half, which is amazing. And really hope to see more of you inside the group. And, if there's ever a chance or an opportunity for you to share some examples of maybe videos that you're working with some of your clients or anything like that, please do share inside the group. I think a lot of members would really like to see. And I think that's maybe, people just don't know how to tie this into their services or how to approach their clients on how to create more video content, or if they really trust that it's actually going to, it's going to work. And it would be great that, if over time you have an opportunity to share some of those results.
Sure. Yeah.
Videos and so on. Yeah.
With anything, it's just being confident that it's going to work for them,
Any case studies you can show us, like that'd be cool too.
Yeah. Anything like that would be awesome.
Awesome. Sure.
Yeah. And with that, guys, listen, that is it. Thank you so much for joining us for another episode.
Hashtag Trooper.
Hashtag Trooper. If you stayed till the end, again, we always go over time here. It's usually an hour and a half, sometimes 3 hours. Depends who's on, how much Matt's drinking, but it's been pretty tame tonight. And yeah, I think we've got, I think that's about it. Join us next week. I think we've got some pretty cool episodes lined up in the next coming months.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we've invited some people to come into the group, but with that, that is it. Stacia, once again, thank you so much for coming on. It was great chatting with you, and look forward to seeing some more video content and some more results using this method.
Thank you.
I will talk to you later. Everybody that's been watching us, thank you so much for joining, and we'll talk to you soon.
We'll talk to you soon. And don't forget, if you love this, heart it, like it, all the things Zach says to do to it. And we won't repeat those. But thanks, Stacia, and thank you so much for everything that you do. Now we got to wait for my hand signal to go up so I know to end it. There we go. Done.
Is that what you do? You go like this and